Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome and come on in, and we're going to get started pretty quickly here. Um, Take a seat at the table, grab a beverage. Let's do some crime busting. Today, we are continuing on in the never ending video that Terri Lynn had where she interviewed Seth and allowed a lot of the people in her chat to ask him questions. So, we are on the fourth part of it. Um, and I did set it a little faster tonight. So hopefully, I'm just not going to do it again. I'm not going to say that we're going to finish tonight. Okay. We will see where we go with it. But let's go ahead and share our screen and get started here. All right.
Have you had a conversation with his mother since this at all?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you had a conversation with his mother since this has happened?
Yes and no. Have I had the conversation I want to have with her? No.
No. Yeah, I was going to say probably not. So most of the correspondence has been through stepfather, maybe more so.
Stepfather or both of them on the phone at the same time. Mr. Dean, my son doesn't like to get dirty.
Nope. Mm-mm.
So in the water, he ain't going in the water.
I don't even like that water. I'm not even going to lie. I don't like that water. No offense. Ugh. Ugh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Which missing kids organization? Because there's several. I don't know. I don't think like Chris.
Okay, help it.
Okay, he was answering a question in the chat that said, Seth, do you think that there's a reason Chris won't allow Katie to talk alone or for herself? And he said, I don't know. I don't think like Chris. So, and really, guys, honestly, I mean, he's not married to Katie anymore. And so, I mean, come on. How is he going to answer the dynamics of Chris and Katie's relationship? It's just not going to happen, And not only that, I know that people want to hear from Katie because they feel she's the last person, and as far as we know, she is the last person to have seen Sebastian, right? But we're not going to get that out of Seth. Okay. So asking Seth that information is, kind of silly, in my opinion. Let's continue.
I'm going to say that would be a yes.
Already working on it. More than one.
Amen.
We like to play outside. Playground. That was normally his favorite thing to do.
Welcome, Thought Criminal. And just cold case. Would he go outside on the playground alone, or would you need to be out there with him?
When I took him to the playground, I used to go out there with him until I was told that I was too old to be doing that.
Never too old. Never.
No, but when it says playing Crown and Crimson for 12 and under, kind of look at you funny when you're 38, running around playing tag with the kids, which is what I did in California.
Never too old for a playground. Thank you, Lynn, and I appreciate you being here. He did like
Yeah,
it.
he loved the fish. We would go out there in the Gulf of Mexico and go fishing whenever we went down to see my parents down in South Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lynn. You have a good night.
And sleep good. And I agree with Lynn that you do need to take care of yourself on that. I agree. No one's ever too old for a playground. Forget it. You know. That's the prayer right there. Agree, nurse. Agree. My mom almost got stuck so many times with my daughter at McDonald's. It's embarrassing. An Oreo of Sebastian talking so people can see what he's like.
Is that supposed to be a video?
I was like, wait, what? I think video. Welcome.
Yeah. I will have to look and see if I have one. Most of the time, I didn't do a lot of video. I'm not having for anything.
Whatever you're comfortable sharing. I wish an FBI interrogator like Jonathan. It's not going away. It's not. And that is the facts. It's not going away. That wasn't that when that was said earlier today, I had to agree that it's not going away at all.
Okay, guys. So what's on the screen right here? I wish an FBI interrogator like Jonathan Grusin could get Katie alone and question her without Chris. As JLR told Chris, this is not going away. Well, okay. So no, it's not going away, but it's not up to us. It's up to law enforcement, TBI, FBI, to talk to Katie, not us. And, you know, law enforcement, TBI, FBI can force Katie to speak alone, which I'm sure that they already have, guys. But Katie does not have to speak to any private investigators or Dog or Nick. So, and from my understanding, Dog reached out and they would not speak to him. So, come on. You know, she's not going to speak to anybody she doesn't want to speak to. That's just the way it is. But she did have to speak to law enforcement, and we have to stand on that. We have to know that law enforcement did what they could. Okay? You know, I know there's a lot out there about Sumner County being crooked and all that stuff, and that very well may be true. You know, I've seen it in a lot of small towns. I lived in Portland, which is Sumner County, but I only had one experience with law enforcement, and that was with my stepson who got himself into some trouble. And my husband and I called the police right away because he left home. We called them right away. The officers came to our home, and they were very nice. So I didn't have any problem at all with them. So I'm not going to say one way or another whether that county is, you know, corrupt, because I don't have any knowledge, any working knowledge, any facts to that end. So let's continue.
I'll give my opinion, and it's no. That's just my opinion. Though I can't speak for him. I'll speak for me.
I have a memory of Sebastian that it's not my favorite because I have all of them are from my favorite. But I remember it being in California and we were at a power outage, and Sebastian was like, "Dad, there's no TV, can't play." Back then, he played on the Wii, so we were playing. I think we were playing minutes on the Wii or Mario Kart, one or the other. And the power went out, and he was like, "Dad, what are we supposed to do?" And I'm like, "Well, you can always read a book. It's in the middle of the day." And he looked at me and he was like, "Can't we go to the store and buy power if we're out of power?" And it just caught me off guard because it's like, son, you don't go to the store to buy power. But he had no idea where power came from back then. He didn't have a concept of electricity and what its uses and stuff was for.
Oh, that's precious. That's right.
That's a really cute memory. He didn't say how old Sebastian was, but I'm sure he was younger. But don't we all have memories like that of our kids, right? You know, when they're little, they think you just go to the store, you know? And if I told my kids we didn't have the money, oh, we just go to the bank. Well, you can't if you don't have the money in there, right? So yeah, I have those memories of my kids as well, and it's just a cute memory.
Right? No, it's never going away. That's the facts. It's not going away. No one's going away, and that's the thing. It's either talk now or not. And if you say that you're going to answer the hard questions, just answer them. I offered 5 minutes. Did he like to swim in the ocean?
He didn't like sand.
Oh, I don't like sand. Oh, well, there you go. That's the practicality of a child. I'm thinking I love that story. Let's see.
Not to mention, I'm a beach. I mean, when my parents thought I was going to grow up and just be a beach bum, that or a politician. But
the beach bum.
beach bum or a politician. That's what my mom and dad thought. Because you couldn't get me out of the water. I loved going into the ocean, but I grew up a lot on the East Coast, and the water is warmer and cleaner and nicer than California. California, the water is cold. There's dog shit all over the beach, and there's that nasty stuff called seaweed, and not the stuff that comes in, a decent roll. I didn't like California because you could see seals. You could see wildlife literally swimming in the ocean. And I've watched too much National Geographic to know where there's seals, there's killer whales, and there's gray whales.
Welcome, just another. Let's see. Maybe it's another high from the bottom. Durham, North Carolina. Welcome. Suggestion of walk into your bedroom without knocking. Oh, Lord. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Goldface Crystal. Yes, Nurse Jen. I pinned it.
I didn't. They've been married for, I think he said 2 years, so he's had to step back for 2 years.
Do you think he would have went outside if he heard a cat? I mean,
Katie and Chris said something about that. I really don't think he would have. He would have put on shoes at least. I don't think he would have gone outside for that. I heard that there was a neighbor that was out looking for his cat.
I heard that. I did see that. How did he handle the move? You're okay, Nurse Jan.
From my understanding, he handled the move quite well. He didn't want to be in California. California had some very bad history for him.
God bless. You're okay, Nurse Jan. Welcome back, Carmen. Thank you, Karen. I will make sure everybody gets that right there. Did he want to go online, or was it forbidden for him? I think Seth said he allowed him to be online at his home.
It was before the daylight savings time stuff.
Let's see, was it getting light? Okay. I think we were rolling over. I trying to remember. We were getting close, I know. To daylight.
No, it was still dark.
It was still dark, though. No, it was still dark. You're right. Was he close to any neighbors?
It's not like he would tell me he wanted to go online. When he was here, most of the time, when his phone wasn't locked down and he was here, he was watching Minecraft videos on his phone. He would be watching Minecraft videos on his phone, watching Yu-Gi-Oh! On the TV, and playing on his Switch.
Thank you, Malone. And that says, please tell Seth I have respect for him. The other two should have been looking like you are. I agree. Thank you for that, Paige. I appreciate that. And that's exactly, I mean, he was about to have a custody change right there. He was.
Sebastian is going to come live with me. I still have him enrolled in school and everything.
And we should have known about that in the very beginning, in my opinion. But we didn't know that either.
Sebastian didn't have a lot of shoes because his feet were growing. I know that it was his tennis shoes. His tennis shoes that he did have were too small for him. And Katie told me that he needed a new pair of boots. I took him to Boot Barn. We made a nice big, thing out of that. It took him a while to find boots that he liked. But it took him even longer to find boots that he wanted. He tried on 3 different sizes. And finally, he bought the boots that are still at his mom's house, the gray ones. And she went and bought him a pair of tennis shoes. So he's got an old pair of tennis shoes there, a new pair of tennis shoes, a pair of boots, and then here he's got his slides and an old pair of tennis shoes that he can wear when we go fishing.
I don't know if you can answer that the way you might want to answer that. I know that there was no children at school bullying him.
Anybody bullied him? And if he did, he never told me about it. But my son also knew that I don't play that game. If he had told me somebody was bullying him, I'd have been at school.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Good morning, Dan. Let's see. Discussion. Issues. Thank you again, Paige. Thank you. Yeah, there's some things he can't answer. He's a good dad. I mean, what vibe? I mean, you're not gonna get a bad vibe. He's answered everything that he's answered. He's answered most every question besides what he can't answer because he's been asked not to. He's not fiddle farted. He's not chased himself around anything. He's come straight out and answered them all. And I bet it.
Cold Case Crystal. I've caught him a couple times when he was on YouTube watching somebody play video games. Yes. I don't know how people can do that.
Yeah, they stream video games. I don't know why, but they do. I'm not going to criticize them for doing it, but I know people do that, and they do watch them. Good morning, Mr. Dan. Thank you, Apple. Let's see. Welcome back, Harms. Mm-hmm. To grow and stink. Oh, my. Let's see. Does he have a concept of land navigation?
No. If anything, I tried to teach that to him. I was still trying to teach that to him. But, like, when he was in my truck, he would play on my phone, or we'd listen to music. And you know anything about 24 up here? Sometimes we're just stuck there.
I do. I agree.
And every once in a while, you be playing, like, if traffic's taking forever, I'd put in my phone to play Call of Duty. Because I know what it's like to be stuck in traffic and like this stuff.
Yeah, 24 sucks. I ain't gonna lie. God. David's gonna be a full timer. Okay, let's see. Seth.
Navigation, and what I did was landmarks. That's how I travel. Think about landmarks.
Let's see. Did you miss any phone calls, and that's why you were texting?
Where am I at?
Let's see. Yeah, he was going to be full timer. Let's see what else we got here.
Sebastian was supposed to come full time from summer on. I enrolled him in school and everything up here in Clarksville.
Amen. Let's see. The construction site. You talking about the one that's at the subdivision that's next to theirs? There's no security there.
Thought criminal. I had one missed phone call and a text because at work it's a felony to have your phone inside the jail, and I was inside the jail that night.
What in the heck? He answered that no, he wasn't known to have accidents when he was with him. That's odd.
Okay. Yes, Seth did answer that earlier in the video. So Katie and Chris both said that Sebastian had trouble going to the bathroom, like he went through phases, she said. And so much so that they even put a diaper on him, which I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that. Just not going to do it. But Seth said that Sebastian never had a problem going to the bathroom at his house. I know for a fact, when you do, I went through like counseling training because my husband and I back in the day were youth leaders. So one of the things that they tell you is that children will wet the bed when they're stressed. And so that kind of tells you something. If Sebastian was not wetting the bed at his dad's, but he was wetting the bed at Chris and Katie's, there you go.
That's odd. Maybe that was the dogs, maybe, because she had the pee pads and the pee tray on the trained dogs.
Yeah, there's the bathroom in there.
Maybe she meant the puppies, because they said that the trained puppies had the pee pads and the pee tray.
What do you mean seclusion works? That doesn't make what? What did I miss?
I'm looking. Where are we at here?
Mr. Seth, does Sebastian have a concept of land navigation? No, he doesn't. I know he doesn't know how to read a compass.
I don't either. I don't either. It's bad, but I don't either.
Okay, I do.
One billboard.
I don't know, Mr. Doodlebug, or I don't know Doodlebug. There was no security guard at the construction site Tuesday. I was there until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Agreed page.
Does that answer your question, seclusion?
Seclusion. What is this? I did never see a security guard.
He had issues, Angel, using the bathroom supposedly at his mom and stepfather's house. But at my house, no. My house, you're not wearing a pull-up. You're gonna. And when he would get here, the first thing I do is, hey, you need to take that nasty thing off and go put on some underwear.
No,
Good for you, Seth. Good for you.
I don't want to. I don't want to mention his daughter. That's their thing. But if you want, what did she say? Let's see. Well, that's easy, but he hasn't kept one story straight, so somebody's got to be the Jack Ace. Does Sebastian understand stranger danger? Would he talk to just anybody? Or did he ever meet a stranger? Let's see. Oh, shoot. Hold on just a moment.
I don't know, Peter. I don't know how old Chris' daughter is. Peter.
I thought she was like 7, maybe, but that, yeah, I don't want to get involved in that one.
No, Angel.
Oh, not there. It looks like he left. They're making it seem like he left all of his shoes behind. That's the strangest thing. And that's a kid, like he said, that when he kicked that fire ant mount, he wasn't going without shoes ever again. This breaks my heart right there, man. I agree. I agree, Karen.
I have. That was the first time that I've ever heard of somebody three-waying law
I'm
enforcement.
sorry, he's right. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that one. I do. I agree with that.
I'm sorry, Kat. I was down in southern, in San Diego, and that's pretty much where I was for 9 years. About as far north as I ever went was Bakersfield.
Bakersfield. Is that California?
Yeah,
With your experience in law enforcement, is it normal to get a three-way phone call? Oh my gosh.
he was in 9th grade. He was getting ready to go to 10th grade next year. He just needed to finish 9th grade this year, C-Star.
Oh gosh, Paige. If I could answer that, I would answer that in a heartbeat. When he's not here, I'll give my opinion. I'll just tell my opinion straight out, but I would never disrespect anybody.
What did I miss? Apple President asked a question, and he said it was very unusual about my response.
No, she's saying that you responded And well, she should have did a period and very unusual. About and it's about urination.
About the, I don't understand.
Not from you. Not from you.
No, I'm saying I didn't have the problems with him here. You know, he would get up in the middle of the night and go use the bathroom. But the only problem I had was, you know, hey, you should flush. And I understand that it's nighttime because he'd walk in there and not turn on the light.
I'm not laughing because it's not funny, but
oh, it's not funny when you walk in because you wear socks and you step in something and it's now you've got to take your socks off. Which
that is hilarious. Oh, you know, boys will be boys, right? I thank God I didn't have boys. I only had one man in the household to deal with, and you know, you can train them. Sorry, guys, I just found that funny.
I
would make him go clean up his mess too. You make a mess, you clean it up.
No, listen, I know how that is. I did have a daughter, one that had, she, listen, at a certain age, I said, no more pull-ups. And I was like, I'm prayerful, but you know what? That little girl would crawl in bed with me. And if you've ever rolled over and, oh my God, and you're really warm. Oh gosh.
That's when bed and sleep with me until, I would say 6.
Well,
and it's just like, oh, no. Your hover on it for that sort of stuff. Mine doesn't. Right? Let's not do that on top of the pillow top, okay?
It's horrible. It's hell. And I'm sorry I had to say that, but it's the facts. And it was bad. Whew. Listen, that's what I was getting at, Napa. I was warm and I wrote over into the cold. It was bad. It was really bad. So be glad. Just be kind of glad. It's not the best thing to do. And I thought, man, at 7 when it finally was over, I was glad.
Well, all you people in North California, I was stuck in South California. So I wish I could have had that experience.
Well, they love California. Hello, Sweet War. Let's see what greatest fashion does he like school? He appears to like school. Does he not like? He likes school, doesn't he?
For the most part, he did. I mean, he didn't like homework. Okay.
Oh, I mean, who does? I mean, I never liked homework. I mean, please. I never did.
They thought it was weird. I didn't mind homework. It gave me something to do after school.
Oh.
I know I'm weird.
Hello, Sweet Cat's Rule. I just did not like homework. What's Sebastian at school? Are you talking about on the Friday before that Monday? Nurse Trixie?
He was at the school Friday before that Sunday or Monday morning, yes.
Is that I was going to say, I think that was, yeah, that was looked into. Because I mean, I've said, and if you listen to any of the stuff that I've said in the past streams that I've done, I've given what I feel, and I'm standing by what I feel, and I'm not gonna back away from it.
Blue Eyes Dumpling. Can I ask a question about going on with Chris McDonough? I don't know who that is.
I don't know. Who is this? Chris McDonough? I don't know them. I always trust my gut. Nurse Trixie, I trust my gut to the core.
The Blue Eye Dumplings. It's talking about Chris McDonough. The only time I've ever seen him, I think, is on Nancy Grace, so I'm not sure. But I just know that that's who that's who he's talking about, Chris McDonough.
And when I don't, I'm always in trouble for not doing it. So I trust my gut, and I think my gut's on the spot. I'm not going to back away from that. Well, I think that what I feel and didn't want it to be, it is my gut, what I feel.
I mean, I'm not saying there's not a valid reason for it. Miss Dean, Miss Terri Dean. It's just, to me, it's unusual. I mean, a child's missing. I've never heard a three-way done. Like, I haven't heard the 911 call.
I've never heard of a three-way one done that you look up. I have never heard of one where you're no. My first instinct is not to call anyone but 911. If I'm coming out of a bedroom that's right there, I'm going to walk by that kitchen, correct? He didn't get his breakfast. He's not in the room, and I'm making my rounds right back. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm actually probably going to call 911. I'm not going to worry about calling somebody else. I'm going to call the number that needs to be called.
No, Cold Cake, my understanding, he was not scared of the dark. But then again, he does have a flashlight in his room, so that way.
Okay, so some of the comments in chat are that Chris McDonough is from the interview room. He's a former law enforcement officer who searches for missing people. He's with the Cold Case Foundation, and I guess he had an issue with the first interview from Chris and Katie. I don't know if you guys are able to read those. That's why I thought I'd let you know what they're saying, because Terri doesn't always speak out about what's in her chat.
You know.
I mean, yeah. And the time, if that was at 6 o'clock and that call come into dispatch at 6:38, 6:39, that's a big discrepancy there.
From my understanding, his glasses were not missing. Seclusion worked. The side-by-side. What are we talking about? The side-by-side? I'm confused about the side-by-side. Somebody covered the side-by-side. Let's see. Welcome. That's real. What behavioral panelist? Oh, yeah. They could, bring another crew in. I haven't watched it yet, Karen. I'm sorry.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. My nephew he is autistic and he's nonverbal. And that's something that, my mom and I talked about that last night, and this kind of scared her a lot. Yeah. Well, what did they think about the tapping? I'm just curious. I'm not going to watch them because I've seen enough. Because I won't agree with it.
No, from my understanding, his glasses were with him.
Their story never is consistent. They stopped reading from a script, in my opinion, in the bushes. That's my opinion, anyways. This is not his opinion, it's mine. I've said this from the go when they started doing these little things. They're reading some scripted stuff. But the tapping and stuff like that, and the looking down with the eyes. A lot of stuff is shady to me. I could have read that better. And their story's not the same story. We've added BJ's, Costco's, dates changed, everything's changed. There's a lot of things that changed. Story should be consistent, the same. Let's see. Must be just a key ring stuff. Oh gosh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd have to disagree on it. Let's see. Story has changed. Remember, Costco's changed from, was it Saturday? Like it changed to Saturday when it was Sunday, and BJ's got added in. And samples is the reason they go there, because he likes to eat the samples. That's odd. He said that he had a lazy eye. I don't think he can answer that, Harmony.
Answer what?
Let me get down there to that.
I believe I believe his vision was nearsighted.
Let me get down.
I know he had the lazy eye, and I know his vision wasn't 20/20 anymore.
That right there.
Looking, where is it?
Does the mother and stepfather have a close relationship with any officers or detectives around?
I don't know.
Answer that one. He's more than trying. He is controlling a lot of things, and from the beginning, he's controlled a lot of stuff. I've watched that. He's very controlling, and that's just my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. I'm not speaking for him. I'm speaking just for myself. What man would stay up all night on Facebook finding people to argue with and answer questions and he's arguing with these people? And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I'm like, what the heck are you doing? This is weird. And to me, it is weird. It's odd. You don't do that. I would think that you would not be able to sleep because you're distraught, you're upset, and you're trying to help, console your wife. Yeah, things like that. Okay.
This one is for the Wanda life. Yeah, Naruto is one of his favorite animes.
Oh gosh. Okay, this cat's got to see everybody, so he has to do this every night.
It's his ninja way. Right now, my ninja way is to find my son.
I told him, I said, anytime you're ready, if any more questions, he can, whenever he's done.
Not too bad.
To me, he sounds tired too. How is Sebastian's coordinations? Any challenges with with gross motor skills?
He did when he was younger, but through therapy and like video games is a real good one. Hand-eye coordination.
He has to be exhausted. This cat thinks every time that this thing is on, he's got to be with it. Say, you want to tell me hi? Say, hello. Say, Mr. Seth, I'm here to see y'all.
Okay, there was that question there, something about what kind of a man stays on the phone with his wife for 3 hours. And I had to chuckle because my husband was a truck driver. And when he was on the road, he'd get lonely, very lonely. Um, and at first when he'd call and want to talk forever, it was, I thought, sweet. But then after a while, it's like, okay, I've got things I need to do, you know. Not only that, I had a job where I was on the phone all day. So coming home and spending 3 hours at night on the phone was not was about probably the last thing that I wanted to do, right? So, um, so in answer to the question, what kind of man talks to his wife for 3 hours on the phone? A lonely man. I'm not defending Chris, nothing like that, but that's what I will tell you. Lonely men stay on the phone for hours.
So you got to stay healthy, Mr. Seth. You want to tell him, Kevin?
Hey, kitty.
Kevin, he's talking to you.
She's like, cat's like, I don't care. You're supposed to pet me.
Kevin, tell him. See, Mr. Seth, my name's King Kevin, and I'm a panther. See me? Yeah, I'm a good boy. Okay. Say, you gotta be keeping your rest up. So you gotta be getting healthy and eating. Say, have you eaten today, sir?
I have cold case crystal. Why did I say if he's outside your home, do not let him in your home? Because you don't want to be a suspect right now. If he's in your home, you become prime suspect number one. If you see him outside your home, you need to call 911. Get him something to drink, get him something to eat.
Don't let him out of your sight.
Please don't let him out of your sight.
Yeah, don't let him out of your sight.
Call 911 because the policeman will take him into custody and they will take him to a hospital where they can evaluate and make sure that he is physically, mentally, and good. They will make sure they will do a medical evaluation over him to make sure that he's fine. And then they will literally, nobody will be able to see him until they clear him except police.
Oh, wow. This is something I don't remember. So I think I might have fallen asleep or else clicked off of this video the first time I watched it. I'm sorry, Terri Lynn, if you're watching. So he said he had made a comment earlier in the video, which was probably a couple of our videos ago, that if you see Sebastian, give him something to eat, give him something to drink. Um, don't bring him inside your house. And so that's why that question was asked, and I wondered that too. I thought, why wouldn't we want to bring him inside the house? I mean, especially if it's cold outside, because it's been 8 months. Now we're back to it starting to get cooler again. Well, I live in Wisconsin, so it's definitely getting cooler again. I don't know what Hendersonville is like right now, but nights are probably cooler. So, but in that case, I guess you'd bring out a blanket. You'd stay with him, call 911, stay with him. Don't let him out of your sight. Try to engage him as much as you can. He loves animals. If you have an animal, that kind of thing. So I never thought about the fact that if you brought him into your house, now you're suspect number one. That would make sense. And with, an autistic male, even though Sebastian is high functioning, um, he may be very scared, upset, and, would not be able to, dispute the fact that he's only been there for, however long, if you did bring him inside. So, yeah, really good piece of information that Seth shared there.
He's honest about that. And yes. Yes. I think was it Navy? I think Navy.
Yeah, both of them were Navy. One was a red phone, the other was a green shirt.
How are your parents? I'm gonna say his mama's a pistol. I'm gonna let you speak on that. I mean, I'll play it once he's laid himself down. I will replay what his mom had to say, and she spoke very clear. I'm just saying, the one's coming down. I'm not gonna have you on here on camera, honey. Let's see what we got here. Yes, he needs to be eating. Let's see. Yes. Doodle dog. Oh. Let's see. For those with children, okay? Oh gosh. If you realize that your child was missing when you first thought, 911 after I screamed, if you want my opinion, yes. I mean, my first is I'm gonna seize up.
Okay, question on the screen. If for anyone with children, if you realize that your child was missing, would your first thought not to be call 911? Who called someone else to do a three-way? Maybe I just am confused. So my answer to that is there have been rumors. Again, rumors. Maybe if anybody's watching that lives in Sumner County may know. I don't know. But there have been rumors that he has family friends at the sheriff's office. So I guess if you have a family friend on speed dial, that's my only answer to that. And I don't mean anything bad by it. That's just what I'm saying. But yes, in my opinion, I'd be dialing 911.
I'm gonna probably go into an anxiety attack. That's probably what I'll do, and then hit the 911. Honest. And that's just me. That's what I do.
They're not helping me with my searches, but I have to call and let them know wherever I go because I'm by myself most of the time. If I'm not by myself, then I don't have to call them.
Come on, Teddy. Correct, Karen. What, buddy? Mm-mm. No, sir. Come on. Okay.
No, I didn't talk to anyone. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I have no idea about that. I would agree. 911 or him. They should be. Yes. I would slam up on some 911. I just would want the help immediately. That's just me, though.
Yes, the search is here.
Are the Texas people here, though? Are the ones from Texas here from Echo Search?
I believe so. I believe they're here, and so is the one from. She's got a 931 number. That's the EcoSearch Midwest chapter.
Okay. Got it. Let's see. Is anyone about Sebastian who after the school ended? I'm going to say that's a question for him to answer. That one.
From my understanding, everybody was in agreement with it.
And I would think at a certain age, him being 15,
I believe it's 13 in the state of Tennessee.
here, I think it's around, it's either 12 or 13 that you can choose which parent that you want to reside with. Let's see. What does this say? The neighbor said what? Oh God, wait, what? Well, those homes are pretty smack on top of one another. I wonder if they heard a lot of things. Be interesting to know. That's just my opinion. Do they know if any footage has been pulled around the areas, the back, the sides, that could have anything telling that you might know about or know at all?
No, they haven't told me. I know that they did footage, that they're branching out farther to do more footage, but I haven't been informed of anything.
Those homes are not that far apart, see, Taylor, not to me. I think they're like, what is it, 0.27, the lot size? I'm pretty sure it's 0.27. I believe. It's a pretty good smack in there. How thoroughly? Oh. Do you know how greatly the neighborhood was searched? Let's see.
Supposedly, they went everywhere, and then they went door to door.
But they didn't search inside anyone's homes.
No, from what I understand, which been taking dogs, people's doors. I don't know if she did or not. I mean, 30 minutes isn't a long time to do anything.
And because I think they got that call in 38 or 39 minutes that morning. I would have been screaming.
Just Karen, I've got to set a logo for everybody would have known. Yeah, they searched the storm drains.
Let's see. They had the bloodhounds out. I know that. They did have the horses. They did have some divers that were out. Let's see. How would you feel about Nug, who is expert water explorer, come down for a waterway check? I don't know Nug. Do you know Nug?
I don't. But if anybody wants to come help search, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Relying a lot on humanity to help me find my son.
Mm-hmm. I think that he's gonna, anybody that has any, I'm gonna say anything that can help anybody, he's open. I think that he's saying he'll take all the resources that he can get. Here,
there's a lot of volunteer searchers now because that's pretty much the majority of it is.
What he said, yeah. They do have like the sign out that does say, please search your land. And it does have his picture is on the sign at Beach High School, and it does say that he's missing. So, that right there is there. And of course, people are doing that. And I'm sure people are still searching their land.
Miss Culver, Sebastian liked heavy equipment, and there was heavy equipment over there.
What's the interview with the mom? It would have had to have been with the mom and the stepfather, I guess. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm local.
I believe that was the house that's directly behind them.
Are you talking about? Hold on. Let me see. Are you talking about the one that they got the footage from, or? I mean, I do have some pictures, but I'm not going to make it of what was suspected. Well, that's been ongoing. I can't listen to that stuff, and that has been ongoing, and that's what's digging holes. Kevin, what, buddy? Let's see. What do they say here? If you're, I think I know what you're thinking of. I can't listen. They did say that early in the very beginning about that construction area. I know if you're talking about the construction area that is right there, it's the new construction is by that subdivision. Is that what they're talking about, Seth?
The one to the right of their subdivision, yeah.
Okay, yes, that is. I thought that they have to be. Okay. There is no security over there. They did say that there was a scent, but I don't know. I don't know what changed. If you do, you know more than I do. Because they said two different things. They said that the scent stopped out, right at the front door, and then they said the stuff about the construction area. So I really don't know on that. And unless he knows, I don't know on that one. That's a hard one there because it doesn't make sense to me. What did Cat do? He is a brave man. Fish is a good guy tonight. Fish, I'm proud of you tonight, buddy. Seth, you're a brave man to come on publicly like this. I have teens and I know exactly what you're thinking. I don't know how you're holding it together, sir. Thank you, Fish. Thank you. Because he knows he's telling the truth.
Hey, KR. You said Katie said Sebastian growled at her when he was upset. Was that like lately or what?
That's new news. I've not heard that either. This is new to me. That's never been brought up either. This has gotten crazy.
The one that was done today on Chronicles of Olivia.
So now he's growled at us. See, just
Wondered if that was. Yeah, but were they talking about it right before this happened?
two. What the heck? This is nuts. It's been a campaign, I reckon. Oh. It is very. Thank you. And I agree, beautiful butterfly. Honestly agree.
So it sounds like there was a question, asking Seth about Katie saying that when Sebastian would get upset with her, he would growl at her. And that was obviously news to Seth because he's questioning the person who said that. When did she say it? Blah, blah, blah. Where did she say it? So he's going to go back and find where that is. And I remember hearing that. I remember hearing Katie say that. And I'm not sure what interview it was in. Might have been the Chronicles of Olivia. Yeah, I don't know for sure though, but yeah, she absolutely did say that. So
that's the first of my knowledge. Are you aware of this ongoing thing here?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out if they were. Okay, no, just saying he does that when angry. He hasn't done that in years.
Interesting.
And on his anger. Working on it with his anger since we noticed an anger problem.
I had a daughter that hissed when she was 3. But she outgrew that.
Yeah, I mean, Sebastian.
I'm proud too. I can't say she didn't, but she might have. But why?
I mean, Sebastian would growl when we had dogs, and he got angry.
I mean, I just don't understand. Why are we bringing that? Why would she bring? I don't understand this whole thing. Why would she bring that to light now? Interesting. Get him in like a bear hug. Hey, did you ever have to do anything like this with the bear hug and hold him down?
Never had to.
See, there's a difference in parenting, I do believe in. That's just my opinion. Again, she heard something at 10 p.m. but didn't check.
Okay, so what's happening here is that Seth is finding out some things that he didn't even know was going on. One of the people in chat said, Seth, she said they would have to get him in like a bear hug and squeeze him to get him to calm down. And Seth had never heard that. So, and he said that Sebastian hasn't growled in years, hasn't done that in years. So, oh, guys, this is so sad, right? Really sad.
Check on him. That's the first I'd heard of that as well. It's ridiculous.
I feel like they're trying to paint our son in a bad light.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think that is not true, though. I don't believe that was his current behavior. I think that the school could have actually validated that right there, if that were the case. And I just think that more things will come out in the long run, and I think truth always will prevail. Really? That's odd, because in that prior interview that she had done, she said that everything was fine and they had no, no arguments or no anything. Everything was good that day and that night. If you remember, the stories have now changed to 3 or 4 different stories. That's not normal. The story should always be the same. So that's a new thing right there.
I mean,
What the?
I mean, I remember when he was younger, and he would get frustrated a whole lot when he was younger.
Most kids do.
You know, but working with him on his
I just don't understand. Why would, did he have can you ever answer this question? Did he have a therapist that you know of?
Yeah, he did. He had 2 of them.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I think
C-Star. That's my point.
He didn't have 2, but he had a psychologist that he went to, and they're the ones that had the therapist coming to see him. But we were also trying to get him ABA therapy as well. And we hadn't got him started on the ABA therapy. So he had the one doctor that he saw that was for medication, and then the therapist that they would send to the house, I think twice a week. No, I don't, Butter.
I agree, Kelly. I agree.
Depends on if you consider a gecko pet.
I don't see anything wrong with the grumbling under his breath growls. Sorry, I don't. Good question. I don't know if he cursed. Some 15-year-olds do curse, I will say.
I didn't have a problem as long as he didn't do it in front of women.
Some curse. Just saying. Some will curse. Some kids do.
Saying, I told him I didn't have a problem because don't do it at school, don't do it in front of your mama, and really don't do it in front of your grandma.
Oh, Lord. So now it's an hour after she went to bed. Yep, sure did. Good week. Weird. So there wasn't, and now all of a sudden we're growling and we're having to hold him down. That's odd. Story changed. That's my question. So now she hollered and told him, okay, gotcha. So that wasn't what she said prior. So, I don't think she has it with that camera. Yeah, the truth doesn't change, but a lot of lies. Wow, I didn't know that either. I don't know anything about that. And I agree with this. That is not how you're going to speak about your child when they're missing.
I don't have any information. Saying I lost myself from where I'm living. The bowling alley? I don't know who would have followed him from the bowling alley. Yep, he wants to find his son. Let's see. I didn't see anything on there for that. Let's see. I've heard him say that. Two dogs. They only had the two dogs, correct? Yeah, he had already gotten rid of the snakes, but there was two dogs, and Sebastian had a gecko.
I do not know. Well, the same way he said he would answer any of the questions, any hard questions, and he said you'll have to ask law enforcement. They're speaking for us. That's what he said. Let's see if we got any more. Yeah, I'm not going to give any of the negative stuff. No. Any more questions? Let's see if we got anything else. I can't. Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. We'll get that on me. Do you know why they're being so secretive about the medications, sir?
I have no idea.
This is. I have no idea. I wouldn't be secretive about anything. I'd be screaming from the rooftop from my chest. Do you know his shoe size? He bought him boots. His feet were growing. They should share a lot more than they have shared. They were out on their motorcycle, correct? Uh, have you mentioned anything about Asperger's at all, Seth?
I haven't.
Okay. Do you know if he was tested for it?
When it came back from Vanderbilt that he was on the scale, all the stuff they told us to read about was all about Asperger's. Cat, to answer your question, it's because they're free and they can shoot off fireworks.
I pray it's the same, Claudia. Let's get that there.
It's 10.5 in the bushes. Yes, it's tested for.
Come on. So that's 10.5. Come on.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to go.
I've got this cat that wants to be on here so bad. You can't. Let's see. So, okay. Yes, please keep sharing. Y'all,
All right, no,
questions? Because I think he needs to sleep and he needs to eat. You do need to do those things and take care of yourself. Really, you do. And I appreciate you hanging in here and answering the hard questions because you have answered some tough things, but you got a lot of things. You got a lot of things. But you've done a great, amazing job hanging in here, and I'm thanking you for doing this. And you are admired, absolutely. And you have a lot of people on your team. And like they say right there, let me see. Welcome, D. Smith. Yes, Seth, you are admired, and a lot of folks wish they could give you a hug that would make you feel better, even just for a minute. Facts. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Yes, he's got to take care of himself. He needs to eat. Yeah, I'm going to let him. I want him to get rest. I'd rather him get rest than to continue to listen to any of this, and I'll play it. But I want him to take himself to get. He needs to eat, take care of himself, and rest, or he's not going to be good for Sebastian. You're not listening, are you?
nope.
I didn't think so. Mm-hmm. He does follow that page. That is correct.
Was Sebastian in life insurance? What is that?
Oh, do you mean did he have life insurance? Does he have life insurance? I don't think he's old enough to have a job. Wait a minute. Yes. Have you eaten today?
I
Okay, yes.
had a sausage biscuit earlier.
It's not eating. Not really eating. Let's see.
Yeah, I have insurance on my son. I bought him the Gerber Grow Up plan when he was like 2.
That's the first time that I've heard about any kind of life insurance on Sebastian. And yeah, you can get those like Gerber things, Gerber life insurance or other when they're babies. And he said he got it when he was like 2. So
Let's see.
I had a pot of coffee today.
A pot.
Huh? What?
A pot.
Pot of coffee? Yeah.
Oh my God. Hello, Sassy Susie. Yes, I did see where he was on that. You are correct. Light and sound. Absolutely in the bushes. He can't, but he's still going. I tried. He needed to go to sleep. He needed to eat and rest. Yes, you do take out life insurance policies on your children. Absolutely.
Yeah, it doubles when he turns 18 and the price doesn't go up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't. You got to jump through. Oh my goodness, you got to jump through a lot of hoops to get to Seth.
I have PR people and I have a sister.
You got to jump through hoops to get to Seth. It's a fact. And I'm not laughing. It's not funny, but it is a little funny. But yes, you have to really jump through some hoops. I'm like, oh my gosh, you kind of do.
You got better luck getting a hold of the president than you do me.
That's kind of true.
But at least I know where I'm at.
True. But yeah, he's not lying on that one. I doubt you're going to get a number to the manager. Good luck with that one.
Well, first you have to join the Facebook page, and then you have to ask one of the moderators which moderator is in charge, and then you have to private message them, and if she approves it, she'll send it to me.
Mm-mm-mm. And then it may take a hot while. Thank you, Nurse Trixie, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, you can go out a window, Samantha.
Sweet dream, Nurse Trixie. Where's Sebastian's windows? You know, one of them brought the windows up. I don't remember who it was. And I don't even remember why they were brought up, to be honest. That was the first they had actually been brought up. It was odd. If he knows, then he's going to be able to answer that one. I don't have an answer for that. Do you have an answer for the window?
His bedroom windows were locked.
Okay, so they have blocks on there. Wanda, I think that he's going to be. They're both going to be on vacation. I believe. I think both of them are going on vacation. My opinion. They're going to go see their nanny and papa. Wait a minute. Miss Karen? Did I talk to Karen? No, I don't think did I talk to Karen?
Yeah. No, you talked.
Wait. Hold on.
You talked to my sister.
Okay, because I thought, wait a minute, did I? I can't keep up. I just can't keep up.
But they're both moderators.
I thought, wait a minute. Okay, I did. Okay, I talked to yours. Okay. Let's see. Yes, the GoFundMe is on my community wall. I'm going to leave it there. And I can't tell how long he's going to be out of work because he's busy looking for his child. And he's actually doing that. And if you can, you know what? $2 helps. $3 helps. 50 cents. Anything is something. And it's much appreciated. Let's see. Has school had nothing to talk about? What? You mean has the school? Has the school? What are they asking here? Who chose Sebastian's name? It's a strong name.
I did. I named my son Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. All four of them came to me.
I do like that. Agree, Kathy USA, maybe. That hurt me, but don't you with my kids. That's the truth. That is a factual truth. It's the
only
same
thing for my kid.
It's a strong name. It's a beautiful name. A cherry. Oh, I like the peach. As long as it's still hot and I can have vanilla ice cream with it. I believe in crowdsourcing. I'm going to be honest. I do believe in crowdsourcing. Now, if you're throwing out some like really off the wall stuff, listen, that's crazy pants. I'm not going to sit and listen to that. But if you make some sense about it and I can understand what you're saying, and we can crowdsource, because that's some of the best ways that you can actually solve something is by crowdsourcing, to be honest. I heard Chris was on that. You know what? And I said I'd speak about that. He can stay that way. I don't care.
He was upset that my sister started it.
Mr. Seth, many thoughts and prayers for Sebastian. Much respect, and I'm praying for his safe return. I'd say that's much appreciated. Have you thought about interviewing the local Spanish news
I
station?
appreciate everybody's prayers, positive thoughts, and if people are helping passing out flyers, I really appreciate that as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't, Sonny. But you know what? I'll speak to one of my PR people about that.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad idea. I get a bad thought off that, man.
Semiha's godmother is Cuban.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Let's see. Yeah, it's not illegal to have a GoFundMe. It's not. His sister started that for a reason. It's not going anywhere. And if it helps him to be able to continue to do what he's needing to do,
Okay. There was a lot of controversy about Seth's GoFundMe, and I believe he ended up shutting it down. But here's the thing. Seth took off work. He wasn't getting paid. He was not. He needed money to live off of. Not to mention he did hire private investigators and, spent money on flyers and, he was out searching. He was out doing things to get the awareness out about Sebastian. I do not have an issue with Seth having a GoFundMe. I don't think it looked bad. I don't think anything about it. Yes, I'm aware that Chris didn't like that. Chris says law enforcement said don't. It's not a good look. Whatever. To each his own. Everybody has their own opinions, I'm not saying Chris is wrong, but in my opinion, I definitely do not see anything wrong with Seth, which he didn't even start, but Seth having a GoFundMe for expenses while he is off work. So that's my opinion.
well, it stays. It's not going anywhere. So I don't count down the threats anyways. I don't think anybody does, actually.
Well, let me explain something, Angel. Because Angel said, Chris said, law enforcement told them to not allow a GoFundMe and that y'all agreed. That's bullshit. He's just mad because he ain't getting the money. Well, law enforcement wasn't involved in it. But but it was agreed that Chris, Katie, and I would not start a GoFundMe. And I agreed. My sister started a GoFundMe for me because my bills are still going. And I had no problem with that. My sister asked me first. I said, as long as it's not anything to do with Sebastian or anything of that sort, because I'm not trying to use it I'm not using my son as a way for this.
He's
And
not
she,
trying to get rich.
Sebastian's not going to be involved. I said, that's fine. Whatever you'd like to do. She's my older sister. Do you think I could really tell her what to do? That's like kind of telling my mom what to do. It ain't
That won't
happening.
happen because I spoke to his mom and I wouldn't know. She reminded me of my mother. And I'm a baby sister, and I'm going to be honest. Listen, there's nothing, my brother could never tell me not to do it. I'm going to do it anyways, period. You're not going to ever stop me from doing it. I'm going to do it anyways. And as long as he's out there having to do what he's doing to bring his boy home.
So there, he explained it, and I completely agree with him. His sister started it. It was for him, for his expenses, right? So I don't see anything wrong with it. Now it looks like he's off of here, but let's see what happens.
Home. He has every right to have that. He has every right. But yeah. And do you think that he should be trying to work at a time where, well, he's got to use his mental? If you think about that and what he does for a living, that wouldn't be smart. That's what I feel. And make sure he can hear us. See if he can hear us.
Thank you, Alicia. The more flyers, the more that Sebastian space is everywhere.
That's a fact. If people choose to donate, they will. If they don't, they won't. And that's a fact, that for his own mental health, right there. Yeah. And he has to have that to go to work. He has to have his own mental health to go to work.
I just want to read you guys one of the comments on here. I work hard for my money. No one will tell me what to do with it. If I want to donate, I will. Really, the GoFundMe is no one's business. I couldn't have said that better myself.
You're not the only one, Alicia. It's insanity. Goodness. Let's see. Anyways, the highways in all directions need to be leaking for a lot. You're correct. I don't know if he's aware of that. Are you aware of anything like that? JLR investigators said that Katie had life insurance on Sebastian.
I have no idea. I know that she tried to she wanted to take over the payments on the Gerber life, and I took over the payment.
Yeah, when you're in a law enforcement department, his mental health is very important. That's huge, and that's my opinion right there. And he needs that to look for his boy, and that's a given. That's a factual given.
I will be well when he comes home.
Yes, you do have to be well. You have to be healthy as well. Healthy. I didn't think about that. New Mexico isn't far from Colorado. True. Absolutely, he is, KR. Correct. Let's see. He hasn't been out joyriding. Nope, no joyriding for him. Yes, he ate a daggone sausage and biscuit. That's what he said. And a pot of coffee. anymore, but yeah. Don't think that's the greatest, but I can't force it to do anything. I can try. Any festivals or other attractions people could pass out? Oh, let's see. There are some things. Yeah, there's some things. Well, that's great. Tell him to go right ahead. He can waste that money. I must have jumped real high.
Leave all my energy drinks out of this now.
Well, which ones do you drink? Monsters?
Drink Red Bull and Monster coffee drinks.
Oh, gosh. I don't know about that.
I like my coffee.
I like my coffee. I'm sorry. Sorry. I've never had Red Bull and Monster coffee. Wait, what? I've never even heard of Monster coffee.
Yeah, they make Monster coffee energy drinks.
Gross. Yeah, I think I'd have to pass. And I like my coffee, sir. Monster.
Well, I like my coffee too, but
you like the wrong kind. Monster coffee? No thanks.
I like Folgers Black Silk with a splash of French vanilla creamer.
Which one do you like now? With what now, creamer?
Folgers Black Silk
Mhm.
with a splash of French vanilla creamer.
Good taste on that.
Here's one. Sebastian likes it too.
What is that?
You're right, Karen. There's water and coffee.
That's what
It's not the water. It goes through the beans that were planted here by God.
Gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings. I'm not drinking with it. Oh, God. No thanks.
That's why my back hurts. I got wings growing out of it. No, she did not tell me that she heard noises coming out of Sebastian's room at around 10.
Never heard of that. How does he cope with high stress situations? Has anyone asked you that? Oh my gosh.
My house is a sanctuary. We do not have high stress situations. But I would say that he was at my house when the tornadoes hit Clarksville. Quite literally, he followed all my instructions to a T. In fact, I would say that he was mildly excited about it all.
God, is this cold? Yeah, they've not announced anyone being cleared. Please do, Fat Boy Babushka.
It's babushka.
Please do. Let's see, she mentioned him making noise in his room, and she told him she didn't care about what he's doing to go to bed. Interesting.
I don't know if she's changed the story or not, but she's added.
Seems the story's changed. I'm going to be honest. The story's changed. Yeah, I don't like being threatened. Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
Where I come from, when you threaten us, we normally respond with a hell of gunfire, and then we reload.
I have no idea about that. I just listened to the interview, how I found your channel, it came up, and well, thank you, Shannon. Welcome. She said she heard. I've never heard that said. That's the first for me. To be honest, that's the first I've heard of that right there. It's interesting. I didn't know that. Let's see. I think she's wanted to mention what was said by the mother. I suggest this. Yeah, I will do that one. Let's see. Crying Paula, I didn't hear anything where she said that either. And I thought, I had listened to, I've listened to, I think I thought I'd listened to most everything. And that's the first of my knowledge that it ever had been said. Well, I did ask for 5 minutes of his time. And you know what? I couldn't get that. I tried. I did try. I did. Oh my. Well, no, he wouldn't. He would. That's fact. He wouldn't. And I'm good with that. I hope you don't mind. No, I'll listen. I'm not against listening to anything, ever. It's just shocking. Some of this stuff is shocking that the story changed. Story should never change. And he's not aware of this. Any idea why law enforcement will tell them not to speak of the interior cameras? I was not aware that they had interior cameras, actually. Welcome, Swan. Hi, I'm very sorry, Seth. Praying your son is found soon. I also have a missing adult son. Oh, my goodness. Stay strong. Your son did not disappear without a trace. Answer for everything. And I agree. There is an answer for everything. And I believe that he'll be found. C. Taylor says, are you three in communications daily? I don't think that's daily. North Flowers on Louisville Highway in Millersville.
I don't think they had interior cameras.
That's my point. This would be the first. This is the first I've actually heard about these interior cameras. The first I've heard of those. This is, honest to God, the first I've heard of them. She drove around looking for him. I had no knowledge of that either. I don't know if he does. Yeah, I read that, but that's the first of my knowledge that there's any interior cameras.
I am unaware of any of their security features in the house. So
Didn't my mom also say today that she drove around looking for? I don't know. Whether I'm suffering injury and not cooking much. Quick trip at 7-Eleven. Maybe they just asked if they had interior cameras, and they said they couldn't speak of that per law enforcement. And I missed it. No, I read it actually. I'm pretty sure that he rode a school bus. Did he not ride a school bus?
he did. He rode the bus.
Okay. I did see that right there. Can you file for family leave? I don't know if he can or not. Ooh, that's something he'll have to answer on that one. Cat, I don't know. And I don't know if do they have that here? We'll have to find out from him. Yeah, I don't know nothing about any of this stuff. Let's see. Good night to the bug. I don't know if they offer family leave. I do not know. I don't know about him. I don't know about that. It's a good thought, but I don't think so. I don't think that he's trying to be a good husband. Sorry. The GoFundMe is on my community wall. Underneath my channel on the community post. Seth, are you still with us? He might not be with us.
Okay, so looks like that was the end of it for Seth. He has, I don't know if you guys have seen, but he does have a habit of just clicking out when he's done. You know, he was on that for a long time. I kept watching to see if it was going to be done in a few minutes, and I saw that it wasn't very long. Otherwise, I would have cut this short. But I will say this, there was a lot of negativity toward the Proudfoots in chat. I don't know if you guys saw them. I didn't address a lot of them. And the reason that I didn't is because rumors and speculation, people's personal opinion, that all doesn't really matter when we're trying to look at facts, okay? Having said that, I'm not saying that I believe the Proudfoots are innocent. I haven't said if I believe they're guilty. You know, that is for law enforcement to figure out. And, you know, when I'm watching a video and, you know, which we have, and Chris has gotten angry, well, I'll say, I think, you know, he's being angry. He's being, you know, it's uncalled for, you know, but that's fact. I mean, he's being angry. That's something different than when you see a lot of negativity scrolling through. So it's one thing we don't do here at our channel is we don't allow hate, you know. So if you're looking for that, if you're looking to hate on other creators, maybe, you know, and I hate to say that because I'm trying to grow my channel, but I don't want to start off in a bad way with my channel. So I'm hoping that everybody respects that and will abide by it if you want to stay. Having said that, I am so thankful for everybody at our noon session. You know, yesterday we had so much fun, and I really, really enjoyed chatting with a lot of you. So I want to thank everybody for that. If you're here again today, that thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so much fun. I really appreciated it. So that's all we're going to have for tonight. We're going to actually be able to move on to a new video, which is exciting. We finally finished the Terri Lynn video. Yay, you guys. I need to get some sound effects and do some clapping, right? Let's do some shouting. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Please, please hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to light it up green for Sebastian. Get his name, face out there. Say his name, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Granny's goal is we want to see him home by Christmas. So pray, do everything in your power. You know, if you can hand out flyers, if you can send out flyers, if you can put his picture on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on whatever social media you have, please do. All right, we will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.